Hello, good morning. This is A. Venkateswara, Assistant Professor, the Department of Pharmacognosy from Aditya College of Pharmacy. Today I am going to discuss about the cultivation collection of the crude drugs. So, cultivation collection of crude drugs. Before the cultivation collection of crude drugs, why need to cultivate the crude drugs? So, the crude drugs we are getting the source from the natural source like plants and animals. So we are cultivation or breeding. Why it is necessary means sometimes we are collecting the drugs from the wild sources, but we can't supply the drug in the regular manner, and also frequent supply of the drug is difficult, and also we need lot of the requirement, and also cultivated varieties having equal amount of the phytoconstituents. So these are the some advantages over the wild sources of drugs, and also lack of the drug we sometime, and commercial importance of the drug we need to cultivate the crude drugs. So in the cultivation of crude drugs we have the different methods in the cultivation, that is, one is vegetative propagation and seed propagation is called sexual method of propagation, and vegetative method of propagation we call as asexual method. So why it is called sexual method in the seed propagation? So they have the pollen grains and fertilization. The process is their male gametes and female gametes. So that is the reason that method we call as seed propagation, we call as a sexual method of propagation. So in the cultivation of crude drugs, so in this cultivation we have the two methods. One is vegetative propagation, another is seed propagation. So vegetative propagation means vegetative parts, that means the apart from the seeds we are using the vegetative part like stems, roots, stolons, okay, other parts for the cultivation of the plant. That type of cultivation we call as a vegetative propagation. For example, you can see the vegetative propagation, suppose bulbs, allium cepa we are using the bulbs. So these are the bulb part we are used to cultivate in the vegetative propagation, and then the potato we are using the tubers. Okay, tuber we are using. These are the root and stem modification, tubers, rhizomes, stolons. So these are the root and stem modifications. So we used to cultivate by using the potatoes as tubers, and also valerian we are using the upsides in the ginger. So ginger is a rhizome, is a stem modification. We used to cultivate the stem modifications. Oh, here it says vegetative propagation. So like that in the different plants we use the vegetative propagation. Some plants we are using the only seed propagation because of the commercial importance and easy to cultivation, and also there is some advantage and disadvantage over the seed propagation and the vegetative propagation also. So other vegetative propagation. So in the vegetative propagations, what are the methods we are using? So generally cuttings. So stem cuttings we are used to cultivate sometime. So that type of cultivation we call the sugar. We can example is sugarcane and rose we are used to cut the stem cuttings and use it for the cultivation of the plants. And also layering. Layering means we can see in this picture. So the plant is attached to the earth, and some aerial parts we are layering with sand, so that it generates a new root system, so that after that we can cut here and we can use as a new vegetative part for the cultivation of the plant. So this type of process we call as layering. Generally you can see in the jasmine plants. So what is the use of jasmine in the crude drugs? So jasmine is a source of volatiles, so it is used as a flowering agent. So okay, as per the drugs it is a flowering drug. Okay, and grafting means antukattadam. Okay, so in this process we are joining the two parts of two different plants. So the new varieties are generated by using the grafting technique. So here we are using the two different parts. So the root system containing part we called as stalk. The root system containing plant part we called as a stalk, and as the piece of the other plant we called as a sison. So sison we have to bring from the one plant and we join the root system containing plant part. That process we are calling as grafting. For example, rose and citrus and rubber we can see this type of grafting process. Okay, so we see in the what are the methods: layering, cuttings, and also grafting in the vegetative propagation. Okay, what is the advantages of asexual propagation or vegetative propagation? Generally the vegetative propagated plants grow very fastly compared to the seed generated plants. So suppose seed generated plants it requires maximum time, but in the vegetative propagation or asexual method of propagation it requires very less time. Okay, some plants doesn't have the seeds, for example jasmine and sugarcane, so this not producing the seeds, so this plants is the only source of propagation is vegetative method of propagation. Okay, so this is also one of the advantages of asexual propagation. And also this vegetative propagation requires only single parent, so there is no cross pollination is not chance. So the what is the parent plant having the characters, we can see the same characters in the vegetative method of propagation. Okay, so vegetative method of propagation there is a new varieties is a less chance, but in the grafting method there is a chance to generate the new varieties. But when you are taking the cuttings or layering, so the exact plant, same properties from the parent plant we can see in the vegetative propagation. So I said let's say compared to the sexual method of propagation, vegetative propagation is faster and it yields very faster as per commercial utilized plants as well as drugs. The vegetative method of propagation, the plants yields very fast. Disadvantage of asexual propagation. So diversity means in the sexual method of propagation, the male gametes and female gametes, when it is fertilization takes place, there is a new chance of new varieties as a chances and diversity is possible. But in the vegetative method of propagation the chance is less and is not absent in vegetative method of propagation. So many crops are produced with this crop. Overcrowding of also we can see, and nutrients also. Okay, lack of nutrients we can observe by overcrowding of this type of cultivation. Okay, so new varieties cannot be developed in vegetative propagation, and this is very expensive and needs skilled persons for grafting, layering and also cultivation for the vegetative propagation. So we need to take very carefully, so we need to supply fertilizers and manures also more. Okay, that is the reason a nutrient lack of nutrients also we can see in the vegetative method of propagation, and also needs skilled persons for the cultivation of vegetative propagation compared to the seed propagation. And also one more disadvantage is we can remember that the lifespan of vegetative propagation is very shorter compared to the seed propagation. So compared to the seed varieties it grows very longer time, but and also it have a high lifespan, while compared to the vegetative propagation it grows faster and lifespan also very shorter. Okay, and also vegetative propagation is a less resistant to the pests. So vegetative propagated or asexual method of propagation, there is a less pest resistant varieties, so that seed propagation is advantage compared to the these points when you are comparing to the vegetative propagation. So it's important. So same points is a cheaper and easier, they mentioned that, but there is at the same time they need skilled persons also. So there is some plants are not having the seeds, so there is only method for the propagation of the vegetative method. Okay, for the cultivation of these plants. So coming to the sexual propagation or seed propagation, we can say that sexual method of propagation also called seed propagation. Why it is a, there is a male and female flowers are there, sometimes same flower having the different pollen grains and eggs. So we can use the this type of process we call as a sexual method of propagation or seed propagation. So here the pollen grains are present in anther and stigma. Okay, so its fusion of male to the female gametes takes place. So that's the reason this method we call as a sexual method of propagation. We are using the different terminologies here: pollination and fertilization. Fertilization means fusion of male and female gametes is called the fertilization. So pollination means the generation of pollens from the anthers, that means male flowers. So the generation of the pollen from the male flowers is called as pollination. Okay, now seedling. So the multiplication of the cells from the seed to propagate entire plant, it is called as the seedlings. Okay, and dormancy. So dormancy means, so during the some unfavorable conditions, seed remain in not germinate, and it protect themselves by dormancy, by staying or resting. So this type of property called as dormancy. So it can protect from longer years. So during the dormancy, seed can protect for the longer years. Okay. And rest period, so even sometimes the seed having the favorable condition, it's not germinate, that process is called resting period, so that during that time the seed cannot able to germinate. And also seed viability and longevity, so seeds can be long lived because in the endosperm having the nutrients and proteins, so it can be stay for longer time. Some seeds have the longer viability and some seeds are lesser viability and longevity. Okay, you can see. And viability means the germination power is variation. We can see the sometimes some seeds having high germination rate, some seeds having low germination rate, we can see. So these terminology you can see in the seed propagation. Pre-germination of the seeds. For the improvement of the seed propagation, we need to germinate the seeds before the showing into the field. So that process is called pre-germination of the seed. To improve the germination power of the seeds, we are treating with some chemicals or we are soaking the seeds with water. We can see in the pre-germination process. Okay. So sometimes we are treating with chemicals for the pre-germination process. What is the process is called? Chemical or acid saccharification. So in that time what will happen, the outermost layer of the seeds will be permeable, and after that it will be increase the germination power. And sometimes mechanical scarification, so we are rubbing with any cloth or rubbing within our hands or rubbing it mechanically, so that the outermost seed layer will be removed, so that it will be go faster growth. We can see in our germination, we can see in such type of seeds. So we treat with two types like mechanical and chemical. So that the two process we call as acid saccharification or mechanical saccharification. So placing the seeds in the sandpaper or placing the seeds through the mission scratches. So we are doing mission scratches, as suppose in a large quantity of seeds we are treating with like this, or sometimes we are rubbing within our bare hands. Okay, we can do the such a mechanical process to improve the seed germination power. Sometimes we are treating with this boiling. So slight for 12 hours we are treating with some of the seeds. It's a very hard seeds, we are used to boil. For example, the coffee. So they have the shell is very hard, so that we are boiling with some water, and after that use it for the germination. And soaking with water, we are soaking the water. I already told that in the initial pre-germination treatment we are soaking the water, and after that we use it for the germination of seeds. Moist chilling. Sometimes some crops are grown in the chill areas, so that time we are making the little bit increase the temperature, so that it is easy to germinate faster. So the germination power is tested by the seeds in the two methods. You just remember that the germination power of the seeds will be tested by roll towel test and exchange embryo test. These two tests are used to determine the germination power of seeds. Okay. So what is the advantage of sexual method of propagation? They have the, I already told what is the disadvantages in asexual methods. These are the advantages in sexual method of propagation. They are generally longer lived. They have the higher lifespan compared to the vegetative propagation. Some plants doesn't have the vegetative property. Suppose we can't use as a stolons, we can't use a layering methods, and grafting also difficult. That methods have the seed method of propagation is the only method of propagation, like papaya, tomato. So tomato also we can use the vegetative and seed propagation, but it's the best advantage method is tomato or seed germination. And marigold we can use the both. Seed propagation is the easiest method. So in this method of propagation always new varieties is formed because of the fusion, fertilization and pollination. So there is a close related species, the fusion will be occurred and new varieties is possible. So is the stronger and higher disease resistant and high yielding varieties can be produced by seed germination method. Okay. So during the seed sexual method of propagation. So stronger varieties and disease resistant varieties can be produced by using the sexual method of propagation, and also they have the higher long life. So we can once the crop can collect from the longer years, but in the vegetative propagation it grows fast but the lifespan is very less. So suppose in the vegetative propagation the parent plant having the some disease, when we are using the same plant parts, so the disease can be transmitted through the vegetative part. So in the seed propagation that process can be minimized. Even the seed having the disease, it won't grow properly and the germination will be stopped, but the new variety of the plant is already having high disease resistant and stronger, and also and new varieties can see, and variation, genetic variation can be seen in the seed propagation. So this process of seed propagation, continuous evolution of the plants we can observe. So it's a continuous process, but in the vegetative propagation the same properties of the parent plant we can be reproduced, but here new varieties can be seen in every time. Disadvantage of sexual method of propagation or seed propagation. What will happen? So it's a longest time to mature a plant, so it's a longest time. So actually for the crop is a fruit or roots, the maturation of that plant it takes longer time. So it's long lived, high span, but the maturation of the plant it takes very longer time, and germination and growth it takes longer time. So sometimes the seed germination, I told that disease resistant varieties, high yielding varieties, sometimes there is a chance of genetic variation is a less disease resistant varieties, and also less yielding varieties also can produce during the sexual method of propagation. This is also one of the disadvantages from the seed propagation. So sometimes the seed propagation, some seeds are not viable and not having the germination power. Thus that disadvantage we can see in after the showing to the seeds in the field. So that is also disadvantage in the sexual method of propagation. But in the vegetative propagation, that's that is a situation you can't see in. Why? Because the vegetative parts are already grown parts from the same plant. Okay. Hence are unsuitable propagate for the same. So the viable seeds are we can propagate, but those are some are not viable. Some seeds is not suitable for the cultivation. So like this species we can't afford the seed propagation method. So such plants we have to use the vegetative method of propagation, because the seeds are lack of viability. Even banana we have the seeds, but the seeds are not having the viability. So that's we are using the suckers as a vegetative part for the cultivation. Okay. So these are many factors affecting the germination of the seeds, like including moisture, air, okay, and also germination power and dormancy, even light. These factors can affect the viability of species. Okay, viability of this seed germination. So what is the micro propagation? So micro propagation or plant tissue culture. Micro, why you using? We are cultivating this plant species under test tubes. So we are taking any small piece of the plant, we can be cultivated under aseptic medium in a test tube under suitable conditions. This type of propagation we call as a micro propagation or plant tissue culture. You can see the leaf part we are taking in a test tube and we are cultivating as a callus, and callus can be divided into several plants. So it's not only for the cultivation, we can also use that plant tissue culture for production of secondary metabolites. From the directly callus we can produce the various useful secondary metabolites. Collection of drugs. Collection of drugs means once in the crude drugs, not only for the cultivation, so the collection of the drugs we need to take the proper arrangement, so that we can assure the maximum chemical constant and the quality of the chemical constant. So the collection process, each and every plant have the specific precautions we need to take, and cleaning the drug and collection time, okay, and drying, processing. So everything will be, we have to be planned for a particular plant. Okay. So why you have to take this precaution means to ensure the quality of the crude drug from the entire the process. So the collection of the crude drugs is important for the and each and every stage. So sometimes we are collecting the roots. So roots are generally collected in the after during the starting of the flowering season, so that the roots are completely matured. So that time we are dig out the plant and we are collecting. And leaves are collected the when plant is maturation is started, that time we are collecting the leaves. So like that. So in the digitalis we are collecting the afternoon time the leaf. So sometime we are collecting the resins in the morning time, and the next day of the we are collecting the resin, so that it is solidified in the night. So like that, collection of the drug is important when you are collecting from the various medicinal drugs. So individual plant have individual procedure for the collection of the drug. Suppose in the clove buds we are collecting by hand picking or beating with bamboos, and after that immediately we are applied to the drying process. So the collection is specific to each and every crude drug. You have to take proper arrangements for that. Okay. So collection of medicinal plant material should be protected from the insects. So we have to protect from the insects, rodents. Rodent means rats. Okay, we have to protect from the rodents and insects. And livestock means from growing animals, from other animals, cattle, those are growing the farm. This also is damage the this collected plant material, so that we have to protect from this collected plant material from this one. And also storage of this plant material is important. During the transport time we have to take the proper arrangements for the collected crude drug. Okay. Harvesting. So collection and harvesting. So collection we can apply both cultivated varieties and also wild growing varieties. So but harvesting means, harvesting the word we are using for the cultivated. So collection means crop collection. So we can say that harvesting, but the collection is the term is applied for the wild grown plants and also cultivated varieties. Okay. So we have to when we have to harvest the medicinal plants. Suppose I already told the harvesting time is suitable for the high amount of the chemical constituents. So suppose we are collecting alkaloids. So which season? Suppose the plant will grow 2 years. In the second year actually having the high amount of alkaloid. So that time we have to collect the plant. So the optimal season we have to collect the plant from the harvesting. Harvesting have to done the optimal chemical constituents are producing the plant. So that time we have to collect. So while collecting we have to ensure that there is no foreign matter or there is no weeds or toxic plants. So collected plant not mixed with other weeds or foreign organic matter and farmyard manures. So it won't be mixed or any toxic materials. And also best possible method we have to adopt for the harvesting. So sometime we are digging, sometime we are beating with bamboo sticks, sometime we are hand picking. So we have to adopt the best possible method to avoid the dew, rain or exceptionally high humidity. So while harvesting time, so it won't affect our drug. So which season we have to, which time we have to collect the drug, harvest the drug, we have to take the time also in the morning time. Some drugs we have to take collecting the morning, sometime in the mid of the day, sometime early morning we are collecting the drug. So that one we have to adopt from the each and every drug. So sometimes the drug is we are collected in the wet condition, so that immediately we are subjected to the drying facilities. And also drying, sometimes we are applying the artificial drying, sometimes we are sun drying, sometimes we are applying for the shade drying. So the leaves generally we are subject to do the shade drying. Sometimes the tubers and all we are making to small pieces, and after that subjecting to the artificial drying or the direct sun drying. We are supplying basing on the plant materials. Generally delicate plant parts we are subject to the shade dry. So the collection of the crude drugs we have to take the various steps to generally sometime autumn, sometime the summer. We have to take the season. So best method of season we have to collect the plant material, and sometime the maturation of the plant also important. So the which time we have the maximum amount of the chemical constituents also important. So the generally leaves are collecting during the flowering stage, during the even tubers also collecting during the flowering stage of the plant, so that time they having the tubers having the high amount of the medicinal constituents. So the barks generally collecting in the winter season and rainy season, because the barks can be easily peeled out. So the season of collection of some barks, cinchona bark, cinnamon bark, the barks are we have to collecting during the somewhat wet condition, so that the bark can be easily peeled out. So we have to select the season of collection also. So these are the medicinal plants as per WHO guidelines. What is the precaution should we take? So we have to protect the medicinal plants from each stage of the drug, during the cultivation, during the seed propagation, even collection. Okay, and also there is a lot of chance of contamination to avoid from the beginning, from the seed propagation to collection during storage. So we have to take care as per the WHO guidelines. It should be free from the foreign organic matter, should be free from humidity. So high or humidity exposure should be avoided. Okay, and transport time and dry and clean condition, storage condition should be maintained as per the WHO guidelines. So sometime the harvesting time there is grown the toxic waste. To as per WHO guidelines, it should be free from the toxic waste, and harvesting time and collection time. Okay. So during the cultivation and the collection time, the rodents and wasting the medicinal drugs and also mixing the rodent waste, we should be free from as per the WHO guidelines. The plant material should be free from the mice and rodent attacks and their fecal matters. So we should be protect from these insects or microorganisms also. And also the drugs sometimes mechanical damage, so it should be avoided as possible as. Okay, so mechanical damage, some collection of the plant materials is mechanical damage and mixing with other ingredients, so it should be avoided. So sometimes it is mixed with other vegetative parts, sometimes mixed with sand, like this thing, so it should be avoided. So during drying, so generally the moisture content in the plant is very essential for the plant material. So why we are drying the plant material means we can preserve the plant material for longer time to prevent the microbial attack and to decrease the enzymatic action. So generally enzymatic action in plant material will be decrease the chemical constituents, and also due to the moisture there is a chance of attack of microorganisms. To prevent that one, we are drying the plant material. Okay. Sometimes we are direct sun drying, sometimes drying with some hot air rooms. Okay, sometimes we are drying in the shades. Okay, we are using different techniques to dry the plant material. So suppose in artificial drying we are using the vacuum dryers, tray dryers. Okay, and spray dryers. We are using different techniques to dry the plant material. Storage of crude drugs. So generally storage of the crude drugs is also very important. Some drugs are very stored in the amber color glass, sometimes we are stored in the wooden boxes. So the basing on the plant material, we are stored in a different method to store. Storage, during the storage conditions also we have to follow the same precautions like rodent attacks and microbial contamination. So we have to take care of, and we have to maintain the temperature of also during the storage conditions, and also light and air exposure also minimize during the storage of these drugs. And generally the vegetative drugs have the rodent and insect attacks are more to prevent during the storage. So in the preservation of plant material, what is the main method is storage. Storage we have to be preserved in the proper way. Okay, we can be protected for the longer time. So the active principle can be remain for longer hours. So during the storage time there is a chance of hydrolysis, oxidation and rancidity of the fixed oils, fats. Okay, this can be prevented by treating with minimal preservatives sometime, and also treating with proper drying process and cooling condition. We can be preserved for the longer time. Thank you.